Well, that was a beautiful run there from our good friend Gaffy Taffy, and you know we love a little bit of dog action. We love to see Shinji on the stream. He's a very good boy. Thank you all for feeding Shinji. It was very much appreciated. He definitely needed that bone right there. But up next we have VVVVV from Sten. It's gonna be good. We got about 10 minutes until that happens, so you know, feel free to get up, get a snack, get hydrated, stretch your legs a little bit. We also have one more incentive for the day. Is Kingdom Hearts Oathkeeper glitch, which is coming up after this one. So you got 20 minutes to raise nearly $200. It's about $10 a minute. So if we can get that, you know, $5-10 train going on, you know, a little choo-choo action. Yeah, a little redemption in the corner there. You click that, and there's a little choo-choo. You can redeem that. Unfortunately, that doesn't give any money to charity, but hey, it's better than nothing. And if you want to get involved with the action, exclamation mark donate in the chat. We'll give you the link to where you can go donate to save the children, and you know, get the Oathkeeper glitch shown off. Because that's coming up very shortly. All right, my friends. I hope you all got up. I hope you all got a snack. I hope you all got a drink. I hope you all did something productive, at least for the last few minutes. But I hear the words that we have not only Shinji coming back on Speed Dogs After Dark at the end of today, but I hear that the next run is about to begin. So we're going to take a quick pause for the cause. We're going to, you know, keep the bills rolling. We're going to turn the lights on for another night. And I'll see you for the next run, which is VVV 100%.
Hello, I hope you're enjoying Speed Doxathon. I'm Zach from Save Data Team, and I'm here to tell you about our channel in this brief intermission. At Save Data Team, we make a lot of stuff, such as video essays breaking down the music in the Legend of Zelda series, to this video essay on the history of world record progression videos, in which I interviewed content creators like the Speed Docs guys themselves to learn how their content gets made. But we also do Let's Plays like our Ace Attorney with an Actual Lawyer series.
Lie like a dog.
No, don't commit perjury!
And even this stream where we played Celeste, but our Twitch chat could kill us at any time.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
You bastard!
So, if anything I said sounds interesting to you, head over to Save Data Team on YouTube and give us a watch. Thanks, and now back to the show.
Выстрелы снарядов нас разбудили ночью. Это были страх и паника, безысходность.
Welcome back to ESET 2022, my friends. We have an absolute banger of a run before we close out day number 5. We have Sten here with VVVVVV. Sten, the floor is yours, my friend.
Alright, well, hello, I am Sten. This is VVVVVV. I'm joined by Elomavi and KSS, who will be doing most of the talking because I'm going to need to concentrate on the game. So I guess if we're ready, I will count us in. 3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, so I'll introduce us to the game. So, VVVVVV is a precision platformer that was released in 2010. The whole mechanic around this game is that instead of jumping, you can flip gravity. And as you can see, there's already a skip in place. So normally, you're supposed to do Space Station 1, which is basically the introduction level. And what that allows you to do is, so you can skip Space Station 1 by dying. You can press the R key on your keyboard and you'll automatically self-destruct and then go back to your previous checkpoint. And it just so happens that the previous checkpoint was the ship, so we can avoid all of Space Station 1.
And back there, about 20 seconds ago, Sten grabbed a teleporter that will be used later to do what's called a telejump into the tower, which is an auto-scroller level.
Yeah. You'll know what a telejump is when we see it. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, currently Sten... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Sten is grabbing another teleporter for another telejump. That one will bring us into the lab.
Yep. So yeah, Sten is currently getting the quote-unquote overworld trinkets out of the way, just the trinkets in like the main map.
Yeah, if I
to get them out of the way now.
If I collect the trinkets and die on the same frame, then the music disappears, so... I mean, it's faster, so it's good, but apologies if the music's just gone for portions of the run. Because the soundtrack to this game is actually incredible.
Yeah, it says 0.3 seconds, but it also is a bit eerie, the silence.
Yeah.
So we are currently in what we like to call the maze, which is a huge mess of warp tokens on the way to warp zone, followed by, well, it's a maze. But we are through it because it's easy to memorize, and we are now in warp zone. The gimmick of this level is that the screen wraps, sometimes in one direction, sometimes in two directions. And there is one trinket here. It's a bit of a doozy.
Yes, Edge Games is quite the trinket. Debatably, like, one of the harder trinkets in the run. I personally think it's the hardest trinket, but...
I would have to agree.
Alright.
And Edge Games will be coming up in 3 rooms. Well, 2 rooms now. And here we are. Hopefully Sten gets this first try. Nicely done.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the trinkets I'm usually more worried about. Oh,
understandable.
Okay. Yeah. So up here, so primarily, so this is a death warp. Basically, the way that it works is you die the same frame that you touch the warp token, and because you have a checkpoint in the same room, it basically misaligns your position when you respawn, and it ends up saving time in that one room, about a second, so that's a cool little trick.
And
Alright,
now,
and just like that, one level is done. Sorry, go ahead.
And now Sten will be telejumping into the laboratory. He pressed R during the fade out, which puts him back in warp zone. It's a little precise, but it saves a lot of time. Compared to having to telejump from the ship.
Yeah.
You have to wait for a cutscene, and although it is less menuing, the cutscene is just that slow.
Oh.
So back there, if you were paying attention, Sten was able to clip through a gravity line, like he just went straight through it as if nothing happened. So that is a glitch called the line clip, and you can do it by flipping, and then 2 frames later you flip again. And the main reason why it works is because coyote frames and just weird stuff like that, but it only works if the gravity line is close to the ground, so you can't just clip through every gravity line. But yeah, still a pretty cool glitch to save some time and skip that room.
Should be good.
Okay, you got that corner cut, very nice. That actually saves a good amount of time.
Yeah, if you don't get it, you have a hard time telling what your line is, and you may not be able to just hold left through that whole section like Sten did. Oh yeah, Elo, you should probably explain what a line is.
What a line is?
Yeah, alignment.
Oh, it's kind of complicated. Basically, what alignment is it's just your exact X position. So this game consists of pixels, obviously, like all games do. So the screen is 320 pixels wide. So your align is just your position relative to your movement. Some specific aligns will allow you to be able to, like, you know, you have a 2-frame window to flip and you won't die in certain areas, or, you know, there's this pixel perfect, you know, trick or whatever. That's dependent on your align. So that's basically what it is. It's a pretty advanced thing to talk about.
Yeah. And sometimes you just won't make a flip, or you can just not hold left or right.
Yeah. So Sten got Victoria's trinket, and Victoria is the crewmate after lab. So by talking to her and getting her trinket, and then dying afterward, the game will try to change Victoria's like posture to be happy or sad, but it can't find Victoria on the screen because you barely missed that.
Oh no.
Anyway, yeah, so it'll try to make Victoria happy or sad, but it can't, you know, choose a target because Victoria's not in the room. So the game decides that, oh, well, the best thing to do is to just apply this to the player. Obviously, that's just the best solution. So it ends up messing with your sprite. And now, yeah, Sten is looking like this.
Got stuck on that ledge.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is also one of the more difficult trinkets in the game.
Yeah, I hate this trinket.
It's hard to describe exactly why it's difficult without playing the game. But basically, Viridian is pretty slippery by default, and it's just kind of awkward.
So here I'm dying at the checkpoints in order to speed up the auto-scroller a bit. Just saves a little bit of time.
Some of the checkpoints, if you die on them on the first possible frame, will save actually 21 frames, which is about 2/3 of a second. And that's pretty huge.
Yeah, if you add up all the checkpoint deaths in the tower, you can save like 3 to 4 seconds. It's pretty good.
And they're not all that hard, really.
It's hard when you're first learning it, but yeah, eventually you'll You'll learn it.
Yeah, it's just automatic after a certain point.
Okay.
And now we're coming up onto the first intermission. The gimmick of this level coming up is that you have to guide your crewmate. They will only follow you when you are on the ground. If you are on the ceiling, they will stay put. And that basically makes this an escort mission, which is just as fun as any other escort mission in a speedrun.
Yep.
Oh. That's not the room I expected to die in.
Yeah. So yeah, part of the strategies in this room is just positioning your movements and, you know, flipping at the right time so that your crewmate just won't run into an enemy or spikes or whatever.
Oh,
And this
God,
is a pretty tough room. Yeah, very nicely done though.
Very smooth.
And now this room has one of the worst strats in the game. Absolute run choker.
As you can see,
Oh, what am I doing?
this strat is so precise, it's really hard to describe.
There we go.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
This room, do try to keep up, can be awful if you don't know that strat that Sten just did. I was actually kind of angry when I learned that strat, because it's just so much easier than the intended way of doing the room.
Yeah.
And Sten just wrong warped all the way to the bottom right corner of the map, because the game tried to respawn him in the intermission, but it can't, and it just defaults to the bottom right corner of the map.
Saves. How much time does that save getting to Space Station 2?
About 10 seconds.
Yeah, normally you'd have to get there from just coming back from the ship, like most other levels.
So yeah, so you probably saw there the elephants. So this is dubbed the elephant trinket or the elephant room. It's unknown exactly why Terry put it there. There are some speculations, but nothing really confirmed, I don't think. But still, it is quite an interesting novel in the game. Nothing really like it.
The elephant is sad and it makes you sad.
Yeah, if you're there for long enough, the rating will become sad as well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's also worth noting that elephant is seizure-inducing if you have screen effects turned on.
Oh yeah.
It just flashes random colors and it's a huge eyesore.
It's actually pretty bad, yeah. Like, legitimately, like, probably seizure-inducing. Kind of surprised it took until 2.3 to actually patch that. It's like big too, so it covers most of the screen. It's, yeah, not good.
I forgot to say, but this is Space Station 2. This level has a bunch of conveyor belts and moving platforms, and it is probably the hardest main level in the game, other than the final level.
I'd agree, yeah.
And Sten's doing a good job at it, though.
Alright, and here we have the Doing Things the Hard Way trinket, or VVVVV.
Probably the most notorious trinket.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely the most notorious trinket in the game. So Sten skipped the bottom checkpoint, because if you do this first try, then Sten will be able to go back to the top and save 6 seconds. And of course, he absolutely nails the landing.
Very
nice. Yeah.
And instead of going to the left like we're supposed to, we go up here. Because we can skip a level called the Gravitron, as well as a very long cutscene in the ship. Which is part of why we skipped Space Station 1 in the first place.
Yeah, so this is Space Station 1, but we're actually going through it backwards at the moment. So, we go backwards to collect those trinkets that we skipped. And yeah, as KSS explained, the reason why it's worth it to go through the Space Station 1 backwards and then forwards again is because we get to skip an intermission called the Gravitron, which is also pretty infamous, so... But it's a lot of time to do it, so if we can skip it, that is super good.
Yeah, the Gravitron is about 1 minute and 30 seconds. If you include the entirety of the intermission, it's a huge skip.
Yeah.
And that's assuming you do it deathless. The Gravitron.
Oh, okay.
Whoops.
There we go. Yeah, so after walking through Space Station 1 backwards, we now have to get back to the first trinket. We have to just go through the whole thing forwards to get to the teleporter.
And Sten will actually be killing himself right upon entering the ship, because that will let him go into this teleporter and head back into Space Station 2.
Yep. And so just like that, we have skipped the Gravitron. Yeah, and now we're going to finish Space Station 2, collect this last trinket, and go on to Final.
I was worried I'd hit one of those checkpoints.
Yeah, the gimmick of this trinket is kind of interesting. All these checkpoints that are placed along the path are there to troll you. You can't collect any of them if you want to collect the trinket, because you have to die in the trinket room on the top after freeing the platform, and then you die, and then it'll put you back at the bottom. That's the only way to get the trinket. It's so silly, and I love it.
Super cool concept for a trinket, by the way. But yeah, pretty difficult to figure out if you've never done it before.
Now we're on the final level, which basically combines a bunch of like just the concepts from every other level in the game.
The music here is great, by the way.
Agreed. Predestined Fate Remix is really good. But yeah, so we have the warp zones, warp screens. I know that's not what you call them, but whatever. We have the laboratories, gravity lines. There's a section that's similar to the tower later in the level.
The second half of this level has a bunch of moving platforms and conveyors.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
And we've got some remixes of rooms from other levels, like that room back there is based off Ascending and Descending from the Warp Zone. That one, Down for Murder, is based off of Kids' Age Bounce from Lab. And as Elo said, here is a room based on the tower. There will be another one based on the tower. And this is a room from earlier in this level, but we go through it backwards now. And here we have the final challenge, which has a bit of a tricky flip right here. And Sten nails it. Very nicely done. And that's the end of the game, really. Good job.
I think that was a deathless final level as well.
Very nice.
So
20 out of 20 trinkets.
Time will be when the game complete screen appears. Which is time.
1708.83. Very nice.
Yeah, GG.
Yep, so that was VVVVV. Very cool, fun platform.
Beautiful run there, Sten. Do you have any final words, anything you want to shout out?
Nothing specific. Just, I guess, the V6 community. They're all pretty cool.
Awesome stuff. Well, we've got one last run for you all, and it's a bit of a doozy, so we'll take a quick break, a quick pause for the cause, and I'll see you later for some Kingdom Hearts action.